Good morning. It is Saturday, September 12th, and you know what that means? We're going to start a new segment. No longer subscriber submissions. We're going to just go subscriber celebrations. We want to celebrate your efforts in the garden. We're going to do a quick review of the no-weed garden. Almost everything for the fall garden, first go-around, second go-around, has sprouted. As you can see right here, we've got bok choy and radishes. Anybody ever say we can't have enough beets? That round is coming up. We've got lettuce coming up over here. These beets are growing just fine. Our lettuce and our kale, more lettuce. The peas are trellising. I pulled the burlap back. We have carrots. We'll take a closer look at that in just a second. Now the cantaloupe that made it through the heat, it started a second round. One of my biggest fears is we're going to have cantaloupe hidden under the sweet potato leaves. And they're blooming nicely. I'll bet if I looked. There you go. There's a nice one hidden up under the leaves. We're just going to have to keep an eye on it. The radish is on the edge of the carrots. As I said, I pulled the burlap back. It's going to be like in the container. We've got carrots everywhere. Now the thing about the no-weed garden, if you open an area up this size, not only do the carrots sprout, you do have an opportunity for some grass seed to sprout. So we may have to weed this little bitty patch. Our remaining black-eyed pea looks like it has 8 or 9 flowers and some new growth ready to happen. Sometimes with gardening, don't give up on a plant, just be patient. Now traditionally, the end of summer, the okra comes on really strong. One of my subscribers, Art, was wondering what other people did with their okra. So today's celebration is going to be mainly based around okra and what we do with it. So let's take a look and see what our friends and neighbors do with their okra around America. Now Art prepares his okra in a traditional breading method. He swears by his vacuum sealer. He said he sure likes being able to pull a bag of okra out middle of winter and toss in the hot oil whenever he feels like it. Frank and Karen of Deer Creek Acres. Cody Ruth. Marlena, they all prepare theirs in a traditional breading fashion. Doesn't look like Jeremy's waiting to freeze anything. He's eating them as fast as he can harvest them. Bon appetit. Walter likes eating them raw, just like the rest of his vegetables. He grew up with his grandmother adding whole okra to soups. Bear has just a little different trick. He freezes them whole, and as he's mixing up his breading, he pulls them out and lets them thaw. By the time he's ready to batter them, they're just moist enough that he doesn't need any milk or eggs. He likes that method. Well, this is the first year I've ever grown okra, so I don't have enough to actually freeze. So this year at my house, we're just slicing them thin and sauteing them up with the rest of the vegetables. Gene and Karen didn't actually take time to tell me how they prepared their okra. But when you're pulling out a 10-foot ladder to harvest, I bet you're using a couple different methods. Now Virginia, she does something a little different with her okra. I'll let her tell you in her own words.
And then another way I do it is I roast it.
Okay.
I do a whole. I just cut off the stem part and I just put it in a pan. I get a little olive oil, mix it up, and then if you want salt, pepper, or I put like different spices on it, whatever you like. Put it in the oven around 375. Cook it like 10 minutes. Stir it. 10 more minutes. Stir it until it's what you like. Kind of the ideal size right here. Well, I make gumbo out of it.
From the middle of the country south, you still have 45 days. So make sure you get your fall garden in. Speaking of fall gardens, Dwayne and Katina, they're new members. They sent in a couple shots of how they laid out their traditional bed in a fall garden. They also added a shot of a couple containers around their building. This looks great. Thank you and welcome to the group. Mark and Terry Lynn, they wanted to send us some sunshine from Hawaii. Don't know if they grew all of these in their yard, but from what I understand, this is what they see from their yard out to the beach on a daily basis. As it does turn to winter, there will be things to do in the house, and I'd like to celebrate those efforts. Bear's showing what you can do with store-bought celery. He's going to pot this in a little bit of dirt. It's already sprouted. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pick a mess of beans. If you found any of this helpful, please hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to know how you can plant a deep mulch garden, click those videos right there. And until next time, thank you for coming to the garden, and we'll see you later. God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.